Hi everybody, once again you are welcome to this tutorial where we'll be analyzing six data, and in this video I will be teaching you about a project that we carried on about a six data, and where we analyze this sales data, and the information needed in this sales data is for us to get the total sales and for us to get the profit, the total profit as well, and to get the quantity of product that was sold, and we want to get the order that was the order ID. This helps us to know the number of quantity that was sold, and we want to see the sales by item because the customer would like to see which of those items actually have the customer interest, and we want to see the item by profit. We want to see after selling those items, they would like to see the profit made from each item, and six profit by month. I want to see comparing the profit of January to the to the sales of January. Also, they would like to see if there's any progress compared to the previous year. Then they would like to also see sales by category, and you can see these are the category. Then they will also like to see the quarterly sales, so quarter by quarter, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, which makes entire 1 year. They would like to see how much have they made in each quarter, and then they will also like to see quantity by category. These are the projects we actually work on, and I would also like to teach you how to design a simple Microsoft Excel, a dashboard like this, and also to teach you how to analyze this data. And if you please, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe, please comment, and also please share. The data will be provided for you to follow along. You can see in our dashboard already I provided a frame whereby you can as well use this frame to, the only thing you just have to do, you just have to follow along. Then after that, you just have to copy your KPIs here, and also have to copy the remaining chart, and everything is done because I have already designed the frame for you to use. So we have our data here, and the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove it from our table because already is in a table format, and I'm going to remove from table format for you that doesn't know how to really put a data in a table format. So the first thing I'm going to do is I will go to table design, and you may ask, how will I know if the data is actually in a table format? You will see when you go to the top ribbon, you will see we have home, we have insert, we have draw, we have page layout, we have formulas, we have data. It depends on how you customize your ribbon. And then you will see pivot, then you will see table design. So when I remove this from the table, now you will see the table design will not appear. So I will go to the table design. You can see I'm going to convert it back to range. I'm going to click this. Yes. Do you want to convert the table to a normal range? Yes. And when you check the top, you could see there is no more a table design. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to just click anywhere here, and I'm going to Control plus T. Control plus T help me to create a table. As you can see, create table. Where is the data for your table? These are the data from a table. Everything you can see, it has already captured everything, and it means these are all the data I would like to put in a table. Then the next thing is my table has headers. Yeah, truly my table has header. When you look at the top, you will see we have sales type, we have profit, we have total sales, we have payments. These are the headers that is talking about. So I'm going to click OK, and I have my table. already my data in a table format. That is why you could see the table design. Then the next thing we do, we go to insert. From the insert, we are going to click pivot table, and already we have our table. Because I didn't name the table, that is why you are seeing as table 1. If I've named it, the name I gave to the table will have showed. So because I didn't name it, that's why we are seeing this. Then the next thing I want you to take note of is new worksheet. Automatically Excel have suggested for us that we are going to use, or do we want to use a new worksheet, or we want to use existing worksheet? Truly we want to use a new worksheet. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to click OK. Then we have a new worksheet. So what do? We draw, move this down here, being the first thing we are going to do. Then we are going to name it as our KPI. This is our KPI, and we are going to click enter. So we start by getting our KPI first. And what are the things we need in our KPIs? First of all, we need the months in our KPI. So we go to the order dates and we bring the date. Just pick the date and bring it down to row. This is our pivot table field. You could see this is where we analyze our data. We have a filter in case we want to filter anything. Then we have a column. So then we have a value where the value will be coming into. Then these are for the tests, and sometimes we can as well put a value in the column. So we are having the date, as you can see, 2018, 2019, 2020. We actually don't need the month, the year. We take the year out of it. You can see the year has already gone. The next thing, we don't need the quarter. We remove the quarter out of it. You can see we have the month, and when you click on the plus, you will see we also have dates inside. So I'm going to click it back and I'm going to remove the date. I can actually do this in two ways. Number one, I can actually remove this. Removing the date, I will actually have the month alone. Another thing is I can actually right click and go to group. And let me do that for you. Let me undo this. You can see I have dates. Immediately I remove dates, it will remain the month. I can actually go here, expand it, and I can actually right click, go to group. Then I'm going to click on group. From the group, I'm just going to uncheck every other one, and I'm going to leave the month alone, and I'm going to click OK. You can see you can see that we have the month there. So you can actually do it in other way around. In case you remove it and it doesn't work, you can also use the second me. So what we're going to do next, we are going to take our order ID. So we go to our order ID and we are going to use a count. This is our order ID. We are having it in a sum. We actually need a count, so we are going to right click and go to value field settings. In the value field settings, instead of sum, turn it to count. Then click OK. So we're having it as count. The next thing is we are going to pick our total sales. So we go to where we have our data and we pick the total sales. Next, you can see something that the way as I'm arranging it is also shown here. If I want the total sales to come first here, I have to pick the total sales first. So this is how it works. And for the total sales, we are not using the count of the total sales because we need a sum of the total sales. So we go back to our value field settings and we are going to change it to sum, and we are going to click OK. So we have the sum already. The next thing we need is a quantity. We need the quantity, so we pick our quantity. Let's go to where we have. Then we pick our quantity. This is our quantity. We put our quantity as well. So we have the sum of quantity. We are going to use it that way because that is exactly what we want. Then the next thing is we pick our profit. Then we bring our profit down. We say this is our profit, sum of profit. Exactly, that is what we want. And already we've done doing that already. The next thing we are going to do, I'm going to reduce this a bit. I think we are having this too. I want to decrease it. So I come back here, go to home. From home, I'm going to decrease it a bit. I want to exactly have it this way. And I think this is perfectly good. Then I'm going to put a comma on it. And I'm going to reduce it as well. So that is exactly good. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type equal to. Just make it equal to. First of all, I'm going to start from here. So I'm going to start equal to. Then I'm going to have this. And I'm going to click enter. The next thing is I'm also going to have equal to. Then I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to click enter as well because I'm having the total sales here. Then the next thing is I'm going to click OK. Equal to. Then I'm going to have the sum of quantity. Then the third one I'm going to have equal to. Then I'm going to click on this, the total profit, and I will have this already because we are going to copy this. We are going to copy it. When we come back to our report, you can see this is what we have. We have our sales, we have our profit, we have our quantity, then we have our order. That is exactly what we are doing here because we are going to copy them. Then we come back to this and we want to make this a currency. Then we go to either you go here or you go here. Anywhere, it doesn't really matter. Then we go to currency. Then I'm going to use another currency. I'm going to, let me scroll down a bit and I'm going to use this. You can actually use whatever you want, but I'm using this and probably I'm going to leave it that way. And the total profit also, I'm going to use currency for the total profit as well. I'm going to currency and I'm going to use the same currency for the total profit. Then from them we go to another chart. So we are having this here. So we're using this. This is okay. So we have that already. And I'm going to also decrease both. Let me decrease this a bit. And I'm going to also decrease this a bit as well. So this is perfectly okay. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. How will I copy this? I'm going to click Control on my keyboard. Then I'm going to drag with my mouse. Then already I'm having the copy. Just press Control on your keyboard. When you press Control on your keyboard, then you drag, you moved. Then you are going to have, then next thing is we are going to have quarterly report. Let me just quarterly sales. I'm going to make it as quarterly sales. So we are having our quarterly sales. So I'm going to remove the quarterly one. Then I'll go back to data. I'm going to insert the table, new table. Okay. Then I'm going to draw this, move this down here. Then I'm going to quantity. Then I will go to quantity and I'm going to name this. Already have used quantity, so there's no how I can rename this quantity again. So I don't know. I'm going to just make it quantity. Then I'm going to make a dash to it so that it will be able to accept to use. So I think that's work. I'm going to click enter. Then I'm going to, before the quantity, I think let's, okay. Then I'm going to pick the category. Then I'm going to pick the category. Then I'm going to pick the category and the quantity. So we go to the category. Let's look for our category. We pick our category here. Then we pick the sum of quantity. Then we pick the sum of quantity here. Then we go to our its map. So let's go to insert. From insert, we go to its map. You can see there is no how we can use its map. So we are going to copy this out, and I'm going to copy this. Probably let me pick it from here. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to make it. So already we have this. I'm going to escape key to remove that. Then I will come back here, go to insert. Already we have it. Then I'm going to use this. So we have this already. Then we are going to remove this. We don't actually want it. Also, we don't need a title because already we have a title there. Then I'm going to include the data label. Already we have a data label. So from here, I'm going to click and show more option, because otherwise the data label will not show. Then I will come down here, category name. Then I'll also check on value. You can see we have the value there. I can decide to say, okay, no, we are using comma in a bracket. So that means that is why we're having this. I can decide to make it a new line. If I decide to make it a new line, probably I'm going to have it this way. You can see we have mobiles 1048 and we have computer 803. So it depends on the actual one that we actually need, the one we actually need. I can also take it back to the number one, which is this, and we are leaving it that way. Already I'm having this here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to drag it here, and I'm going to name it category. I've already used category, so I wouldn't know if I'll be able to use the name the second time. Category, so I might use, also going to put category, so in order for me to be able to use the category. So the next thing we are going to do in this category, we are still going to use the category here. Let me see, let's go back to what we have here. Let's remove this and let's go back to exactly what we have here. Since we don't need this any longer, I can actually remove this because already we've already copied it, so and we don't need that. So this can be removed as well. So we remove this. Then we come back to our category. Let's click on this in order for the pivot table fields to open. Then we are going to use sales. We are going to use our sales. Let's look for the total sales. We put our total sales in the value. And for this, we are not going to use count. Please come down here, right click and move down to field, value field setting. Then change it to sum. So we're having a sum. Then the next thing we are going to do, let's just decrease it a bit or we leave it that way. Then we are going to insert waterfall. Let's go to our inserts and we are going to look for a waterfall recommended. Then we go to waterfall. You can see as well there's no how we can use a waterfall. So what should we do? The next thing we do is we copy this out as usual, because it's already in PivotTable. That is why we couldn't use it. We have two options. Either we change or we'll copy. So we are doing the second one. We are trying to copy it. We have this copied, and I'm coming down here, and let me go to place special. This is exactly okay. Then we have it here. Then I can actually, let me reduce this also. Then I can actually have it together. Go back to insert, recommended, and let's go back to all chart. Then go back to waterfall. Then we click OK. So this is what we want. I can actually put it down here. We don't need this. We don't need this as well. We don't need this as well. We don't need this. So what are we going to do? I'm going to click on this, just this alone, and I'm going to either right click and go to format data point. Then I'm going to show as to. This is what I wanted to do. Then what am I going to do next is I'm going to, everything is fine. We can't just leave it this way because this is a sales. And because this is a sales, it required a currency. So what should we do? We come down here and we change this to currency. Let's go to this and let's go to currency and let's change. You can as well use any currency of your type, of your choice, but I'm going to use a normal currency that I've always been using. Then we have it as this, and we're going to click OK. Then what should we do next? We reduce. So this is what we want to do. So we have this already here. Pardon? So we can just move this here. So the next chart that we need our profit by item. Then before we move down to our category, let me see if we can actually copy this. Let's copy this and see if we can use it. Something changed about this, but no problem. We will fix it up. So we're going to use this as category, as our quarterly. Let me just make it quarterly sales. So I'm having the quarterly sales. So I actually don't need this. Or probably, let me see if this will work for what we want. So we actually don't need this. So I remove this. I'm just going to clear everything. I'm going to clear it from here, go to here, then clear content. So definitely this have to go. We don't need it, but let me see if it doesn't affect it. So it doesn't affect it. So this can also go and also come back here. I'm going to clear format. Then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to clear format, not content. So it doesn't work. So what should we do? We come back here. We need the total sales, and I'm going to remove the category, and I'm going to put the quarter. We come back to our date, and we have the quarter here. And let me see if this will work. Then we go to group, then we go to quarter, then we remove this if it doesn't work. So this work. So we have our quarterly sales. So since we have our quarterly sales, then the next thing we do is we are going to insert a chart. And let's come back here and let's just insert a chart to everything. So we have it. and we go to insert, and we are going to use a bar chart. Let me see, we are using a bar chart, and we are going to click OK. So we have this here. We don't really have this, need this. What should we do? We right click, then go to off-field button on chart, hide off-field button on chart. Then we don't need this as well. We remove this, we remove this, we remove this. Then also we don't need the grid lines. We remove the grid line. So we bring this down a bit. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to press Ctrl+1 on my keyboard. Then I'm coming back to this gap wide. I'm going to make it big a bit. I think that is fine. Then come back to it. Then I will right click. Then I will right click, and I'm going to add data label. So I'm having a data label already on it. And what next should we do? We are going to insert this in currency since it's a sales. So don't forget that. We'll come back to our currency, and we're going to just, as I've said, you can use a currency of your choice. Let's go down. Let's go down, and I'm going to use this. Then we have this. So another thing is we should decrease it. Let's decrease it and have exactly this. So this is already done. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to copy this as well. Let's drag this. Hold Control your keyboard and drag. So we are going to have this as the 6 by item, profit by item. We've already got in our KPIs, quarterly category. We have our KPI, quarterly category, quantity. Then we have what we need next is profit by item. So we name this as profit. I will not be able to name by item because I've already used that. So what should we do? We don't need this. We remove this, and we're going to use a line chart. Once it comes to anything I would like to give you, comparing two things together, or want to know how does this work over time, then we are going to use a line chart for this. So we don't have this open. Okay, let me click this. This is not. Then we have this back. So we remove the quantity from it, and we are going to put item, and we are going to use our profit. So we don't need this also. Then look for the item. This is our item. We bring the item down to the row. This is the row. This is the column. So everything we have been doing is all about row. So the next thing is we remove this, and we go to profit. Then we bring our profit to the value. So we have our profit, sum of profit already. Then what should we do next? At the sum of profits, we go to a line chart. We are going to insert a chart, and let's go to insert. And this is the type of charts I want us to use. Let's come back here and let's click on this, and we want to use this. This is what we want to use. So we are making this, and then let's have it. So this is already sorted. Let's see. Let's sort this from smallest to biggest. We have this. So we can sort everything together. So we just have to, just right click on one, then go to smallest to biggest. This is what we want to achieve. And don't forget, we want to remove this. Right click and go to hide from off field. Hide or chart field button on chart. So we remove that. We don't want this. So we are removing this. It's not actually part of what we need. The title, already we have the title in the dashboard. Yeah, the total, so we don't need it. So this, we don't need the grid line. We don't need this as well. So we come back, don't worry. So the next thing is I'm going to click on this. Then let's go to format. From the format, go to shape effect. Move down and go to bevel. Then go to this. We are using this. Then the next thing we are going to do, just click Ctrl +1 on your keyboard. Then go to this. Then go to marker. From the marker, we are going to wide. We want to increase it. You can see I'm increasing it. So we are going to use 4 points. So we have it as 4 points already. Then we are going to change the color. So we have the color to be red. Let's click out. Exactly. Then the next thing is we are going to add label. We are going to add our data label. I will just right click and I will move down to add data label. So I'm having like this. I will go back to the plus sign here. You can see this is our data label. Then this arrow, I will click on it and then I will make it above. So that is what we want. That is good. Then we are going to copy this. We copy this. Control your keyboard. Then you drag. Then we are going to make this 6 by item. This is profit by item. Don't forget. So we are going to make this 6. This is going to be 6 by. Probably I should use items. Maybe that one will work. It work. So I can actually use profit by items. And it works as well. So we come back to this. Now what we need here is we need the sales, the profit. Let me click back on this. We need the sales, the profit. This is sales by item. So what we are going to remove is we just remove the sales. Just remove, that means the profit, and just put the sales. Where is the sales? Our total sales. This is total sales. Just put the total sales. We are having this. Then it's not count. We want sum. Let's right click. Go to value field settings and click on sum. Then we have OK. Still not what we want. Then okay, let's sort it out now. We've not sorted it. So let's go to smallest to biggest. That is fine by us. So everything, because we copy this, so everything has already worked perfectly. How should we reduce some things there? Let's click on this. Let's go to format. As usual, let's go to the shape and let's go to bevel and let's go to this. Then from this, we are going to click Ctrl 1 on your keyboard. It opens this for you. Then we go to marker. From the marker, we go to wide and we are going to increase it to 4%. 4 points. So we have it in 4 points, and don't forget the color. We change the color to red. So let's see. Then we have right click and we have our data label, and let's go to this plus sign and let's right click this, just click on it, sorry, go to above. So we have this as our 6 by item. Already we have our profit by item, so we can just compare. And the last but not the least is going to be the sales and profit by month. So we want to see the sales and profit by month. So we want to compare our sales and the profit by each month. How much do we sell in that month? Then how much is our profit? So, and we are going to use a line chart for it. So our data, this is our report. We go back to our data and I'm going to make a new pivot table. Then I have it like this, and I'm going to bring it down here. Then I will name it month. I'm going to make it sales and profits. So I'm having that. So let me put it that way. First of all, let me pick the sum of sales, which is the total sales, and let me have the profit alongside, which is this. Then the next thing is count of sales. We don't need count of sales. We need sum of sales. Then let's make it sum. Then we have okay. Then we have our dates. Then let's have the quarter here. And we know we are going to have another problem here, but I will find a way around to fix it. So we are going to have, then we change this to, let me remove, if I remove the month, let me remove the month. Well, this is actually what we are currently doing, 6. Then we go to our inserts. Then we go to this, we are using this, and we are using the same thing here. So this is actually what we, remember this, we have to hide this, we don't need it. Then we don't need this as well, we are removing this. We are needing this, so we leave it. We need this as well. So we don't need the grid line. Let's remove it, and let me expand it a bit. I'm going to click on everything is fine. I just want to see everything is actually fine because we are from January. That's good. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to format. I'm going to this shape, and I'm going to bevel, and I'm going to use this. So what next I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl+1, and I will come back to this, go to the marker, and I want to make it 4 points. Then I want to change the color to yellow. That is what I want to change the color to, yellow. I mean red. So that is actually good. So the next thing is I will come back to this. I will come back to this. Then also I will go to format. Then I'm going to bevel. Then come back to use this. Then I will press Ctrl+1. No. So we have, let me come back to this. So then we'll come back to here, go to markup, because that's what we actually need. This is the marker. We are going to increase it to 4 points. So in case of this, we are not going to use red, we are going to make it blue. Let's see. I actually want to change the color to something else. Let me use this. So that is what I want to use on it. And we have it done. Because if I should use red and red, you can see this one is both in the same place, so we will not be able to know. So we are putting this here. And padding. So we move this. So we have come to the end of it, except we have to, let me save this work. Then the next thing is we go to our dashboard, and we are going to start copying it one after the other. Sales by category. I'm going to start from here, then tilt it up. So we have sales by category, sales by category. So I'm going to copy this, which is this sales by category first, and now we have this copied. I'm going to the dashboard and I'm going to paste this sales by category. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to move it up a bit. Let me close this. We don't actually need this. So I'm going to reduce this a bit as well. I'm going to have this here. The reason why I removed the title is because already we have a title here. So I just move this down a bit and just draw it here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Control 1 and it opens here. So fill, we don't need a fill. Let me go back to fill. We don't need a fill. Don't need a fill. So, and we don't need a border already. We've done that. So just click here and let's go to, before then we have to make this currency. We have to make this currency, I think. Let me go back to the one we did. So we make it currency. Let's go back to quarterly sales, and we're having this, and let's go to, we have currency, not here, sorry. So we go to here, we go to currency, and we are going to change it back. Remember we already did it, so we did it again. That was why. Then we go to, no, not Estonia, we want just the normal one. Then we have this. Let me see if everything works. It's not working, so I go back to it, I hope. Currency this time around, and go back here. And we make it a currency back to the normal one we use. So we have this, we have okay, good. Then we decrease it. So that is fine. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's see if we are having the currency. It shows. Just come back to the home. Then we have this as white. Then here, just click here, it will give you white. So we are done with that. The next thing we want to, this actually, we want to expand this a bit. Transparency, let's go to, and let's move this back a bit. That's actually good. So we can just kick out. Then the next thing is we go to quarterly. This is quarterly sales, pardon me. So this quarterly sales, we can actually expand it. Then we go to sales by category. These are sales by category. Then we pick our category here. Then we copy this. Then we go back to our dashboard. Then we have our sales by category. Then we put our sales by category. So we have this sales by category, and we are going to let's shift it a bit. Let's move it a bit, and let's reduce it a bit, and let's move this up a bit. Please, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe to this channel and let it grow, please. subscribe to this channel. So the next thing we'll do is we go to no fill. Exactly, that's the only thing we have to do here. Then we point on this, just click it white, then we'll come back here, then we just make it also white. So that is done. Then the next thing is, we have to remove, we don't want the border, so we remove the border from it. So we have this already. So the next thing is we go to quantity by category. Quantity by category. So we pick this, then we copy this, and we move down to our dashboard, and we paste. Then we reduce this as well. We reduce this as well. Then for the title, we have to bring it down for the title to show. Then we have to move this down a bit. Then we have this. So the next thing we should do, let's also reduce this a bit. Then we go to format. We don't want this. Then we don't want border as well. So this is perfectly good. Then the next thing we do is we go to sales by item. Let's look for the sales by item. We have our sales by item. We copied it, and we go to our dashboard. Then we have it here. So we have it here. Then we reduce it a bit. Because of the title, we move it down. Then we bring this down as well a bit. No fill, no border. Then we have this. Then just click on this. You have it white. This, just click on this. You have it white. The next thing is we go to profit by item, and this is our profit by item. We pick this, we copy this, we go to our dashboard, and we paste here. We reduce it as well to fit in. We bring it down here. We have it here. We have it here as well. We have it here as well. So no fill, no border as well. So we go to, and we remove, turn this to white. We turn this to white as well. So we have just one more shot before we started putting our KPIs. Then we have sales profit, which is this. So everything changed here as well, no problem. We right click, we go to group, then we make it month, remove this, we click OK, so we have it back. That is never a problem. So we group, just month, remove quarter, and have it like that. So we are going to copy this. No, not from there. So we copy this, and we move it down to our dashboard. Move it down to our dashboard. Then we have to reduce this, not here. So we have this, reduce it a bit, not here. Let's bring it down. Let's have it here, and let's move this up a bit. So the next thing is, let's click Ctrl 1 on the keyboard, and we have this opened, no fill, and let's open the border, no border as well. So what should we do next is we come back to, just click here and we are making it white here, and we're having white. So everything is perfectly done in case of this. So we come to our cells. So the only thing we do is let's go to our text and we are going to draw a text here, and we are going to have equal to, and let's go to our KPI and let's have our 64 and click enter, and already let's see what we have. Then the next thing is we centered it. Let's make it centered, and we are going to use 816 is good, and we are going to make it white. Then let's go to background, no fill, no line. So everything is perfectly. Then the next thing is we are going to copy this. Let's copy. Oh, sorry, I actually made a mistake. I actually used quantity. So let me just, okay. Nothing is there again. So let me go back. Let me go back to the KPIs, the total cells, this, enter. Then I'm going to turn it to white. Let me make it white. It's not really showing white, so what should we do? I'm just going to highlight it or click out, then click back, then make it white. Already we are going to make it 16, so that is it. We save it, not this type of save. Go back, save from here, go back again. Okay, never bother. We copy this and let's paste it here for the profit, and we are going to just have the profit. Let's go to our KPIs again. Then we have our profit, and so we have this. So let's click out of it and go back to it, and let's make it white. We are going to make it 16. That is good. Then we copy this. Then we paste it here. Then we are going to remove this, and we are going to put our quantity equal to. Let's come to our KPIs and let's have our quantity. Then we have, okay, then click out of it, then click back, then make it white, then increase it to 16. Then what we are going to do is we are going to put hash to indicate that this is a number. Then so that is good. We copied it as well. Then we paste for the other. Then let's bring it down. Then we remove this. Then you just have to go back to the KPI and make it this. Then click out, click it back, then change it to then 16. Then we have, let's put hash to indicate that this is a number, not a currency. So we have it perfectly done. So we can close this. So when we compare this, the only thing that changed from here is just I increase this, then I change this to blue. So let's go back to our report. You can see this is the first one I created. So the only thing changing is just here and this. We have this small and we have this in another color as well. Then when we go back to the dashboard, we have the different color. So we've come to the end of this sales analysis dashboard. So we can present this to the customer and we can be able to tell the customer we have 28,875 sales and we have the profit of 10,599. Then the quantity that was sold out was 3,307. Then the order is 64. Then we have sales by profit. We can see, we can just show to the customer this is what we have by each item. Next we have this and we should put this in currency. So I don't know, should we do this? Let's go to our sales by item. Sales by item, and let's just draw it down here and let's go to currency, and we have currency, and let's change it to the one we have been using before. So we have this as we have this, then we have okay, then we can just decrease it a bit. Then this is, and let's go to profit as well. Since is in, we should put it in currency as well. So let's have it in currency. Then we use the normal one that we normally use. So we have our currency as this. Then we click OK. Then we decrease it. So let's go back to our dashboard. Then we have this. So we can just tell the customer. So for Dex, you have a sales of 2,478. For pencil, you have 3,008, and this, you can just show the customer, or if it's your manager, we have pen sets, we have a profit of 1,407, and we have, this is a sales profit by month. I decided not to put, because if I put, it won't really, everything will be cumbersome. So I think we should have this as currency as well. So let's go back to this lastly, and let's have this as currency. So we have this, and we are going to put it in a currency format, and let's click, oh no, not accounting, we go to currency, and we use the normal currency that we have to use. Then we have this. Let's move back. We have this. Then we click OK. Then we have to, maybe let's go back to this, and let's change it to currency as well, and let's have this. So these are the way you can analyze your data. It doesn't mean if you are a beginner, it doesn't mean if you are an advanced user of Microsoft Excel. So you can see, so we decrease this, then we have to decrease this as well. No, so let's decrease this as well. So sales, we decrease this, so we have everything perfectly. So let's go back to our dashboard. So when we hover it, you see we are having it will show, so that is not a problem. So we are having a of 1,744. Then for the profits, you can see we have 1,359 profit in the month of February. So in the month of April, we have a profit of 3,110. Then April says is 2,153. So let's go back. Why is this not actually showing? So let's see it here. It's not showing, but no problem. That will actually show when you save. It will work. So we've come to the end of this 6 analysis dashboard. Please, if you find this video interesting and you find this video useful, please subscribe, please comment, please share. Thank you once again for taking this wonderful ride with me. My name remains Peter Analytics. See you again. Bye.